have to make two of these, one for the top and another one for the bottom. So I'm going to put stitch witchery underneath here, put a pin in this, and I've got just one piece left. I'll have to get some more. Okay, so this side's glued. Once it's glued, I would cut, generally I would do both sides before I cut it. But once it's glued, then you can go back and cut that. Now I cut it, if you look, I cut it back a little bit, but at the corner it has to be the same place. But you can cut it back after you get underneath it. And of course this will be on this side, but over there. And this will do the same thing. So I need a piece of stitch witchery, and then I will glue it down. Witchery balled up, stuck in this pocket. If you look at the patterns, they're the same. All right, I'm going to. And then this is going to get put there to cover up those ridges that are there. Now if I'm looking at this, see this is one is a little higher than the other, this is lower than this one. So either I have to match this, I can't really, if I put this up here you're going to get a gap. So this one's going to have to come down the same as that one. Hit this with stitch witchery to help. Okay. So in the pattern here, I can see since the patterns are the same, I'm going to use that as a guide. Those match. So this would be there, and this would be here, and they should be going across the same place on these fleur-de-lis. Right like that. I'm going to pin it and make sure. Take a second look at it. Make sure they're straight. You might want to measure it with a ruler. I find I'm pretty good at eyeballing things and getting them right. Maybe it comes from being an artist, I don't know, but okay, that looks good. Or you can fast forward it. Again, we're going across the whole thing. So that's how long it's going to be. this case, I'm going to stick with this gold one in the middle, even if I waste some, because I want them to be the same. However, if I put the gold one in the middle here, that puts the reds next to each other, and I don't know that I like that. I think I'm going to put the red in the middle. All right, this is the center, right here. I'm going to trim this edge up a little bit here. Okay, so that's going to be there. This is going to go from side to side here. This will be the middle. This will be the edge. Again, you're going to turn it straight down. So put it to this edge, come straight down. This one will also come straight down. Make sure I have enough there. Okay. Now I want to put stitch witchery in there to cut this off here. I'm going to put stitch witchery underneath here to glue it down. On this side, and then I can cut those extra pieces off. It's a lot folded over, that's why. Okay, let's take these two. Out of water. Okay, now I'm going to cut off everything down to the corner. Not everything, but everything that hangs out down to the corner. And same on this side. This is going to get put over the top, just like the other side did. piece of stitch witchery across there. And then put glue in the pockets and another piece over there. Okay. So this is long enough to run across. Been smart to pin it. Pin it now. I'll put the stuff in the pocket. Okay, I'm out of stitch witchery. I need another piece for this edge, and then it's ready to sew. I may sew it now, or I may wait till I have the other piece done and sew both of them. Sometimes I do that. Usually I just take this over and sew it, and I'll sew it on the very outside edge all the way around, and the inside edge all the way around with the matching thread. Do you sew over the corners? I would with these, because these are fake ones. With these you don't have to, but it will make them lay flatter, so I usually do that. And then it's ready to have the applique put in the center. All right, I have steam in my iron, and this is where I want my applique. What I'm going to do is turn it over. I'm going to put stitch witchery down the back of it. I put about 5 pieces for this size, going up and down, and some going sideways. Just because I want it to make sure that it's really, it's going to stay where I put it. Now, I'll put my hand on it. You might not see it because my arm will probably be in the way, but I'm going to flip it over and make sure that none of the stitch witchery comes out from outside the edge. Double check it, make sure it's exactly where I want it. It's in the middle of these patterns. This is the center. And then hit it with some steam. Again, this is thick, so you may have noticed yesterday if you were watching on the video, I always hit the steam button. I want the steam to come out and go in through the fabric. Let's go through the fabric to the other side and get the and dissolve the stitch witchery. And then you see me, I always touch it. What I'm touching is to make sure, I want to feel the dampness, because if it's just hot and I don't feel it damp, it's probably not stuck. And this will be stuck. It won't be stuck right at the very edge because I didn't put stitch witchery at the very edge, but it's stuck. It's right where I want it. Now I'm going to go back, and I will probably use gold thread with this to color the background, and stitch right at the edge, the inside edge by the red. You can use one of those invisible threads, especially if you have various colors that you don't want the gold to show. It won't matter with the gold right here at the very edge here. I could use red and go right at the edge with the red all the way around. Again, that wouldn't show. And that's all it's going to take, a straight stitch all the way around the edge to hold this down in place. And then the back is finished until we're ready for lining. All right, this is the front. We're going to start the front. I've taken the paper off. This is the fabric. I've got it turned right side up. Again, the right and the wrong side on these fabrics they're almost reversible, but one side will have the shiny background and the pattern will be in more of a matte, where the other side is the pattern is shiny and the background is matte. One side does look a little better than the other. I like the shiny background, so that's the side that's going to be up. The beeping you hear once in a while is the iron telling me it's turning itself off. I'm going to press this just so that I don't have any ridges in it from the fabric being folded. And likewise, I'm going to press the column piece. And this is going to go down the center of the fabric. I turn the fabric this way, hoping you can get a better view of the whole thing. Some of it I know is a little off the screen, but you'll see enough to know what I'm doing. All right, here's the middle of the fleur-de-lis pattern. Here's the middle of the fabric, so I'm matching those up, and I'm going to run it. It's plenty long, so I'm going to run it off the bottom. So that if it should shrink, but this shouldn't because this is not metallic fabrics. And then I'm going to glue this down using stitch witchery. I'm going to do one half and then do the other half. So I'll put a piece here in the middle.